Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about AI art, AI voices, and AI taking your Jerbs. Now AI is being used to generate singers. Hatsune Miku would like to have a word with you. This is Noonouri. I think her name is Noonouri. She's a German AI avatar, and she just signed a record deal. And I am really surprised more people aren't freaking out. This is like
People
big
probably
news.
don't know.
They don't know. Well, now they do. Now they do.
It's in Germany too, so.
So yeah, she's a big deal in Germany, I guess. She has a music video called Dominoes, and I guess she's a big influencer on Instagram and all that stuff.
Well, that's interesting because there's been a couple times that there was this one girl. She obviously looks too pretty to be real, but they're like, you know, no, I mean, she does. And then, you know, and her hands, of course, look a little weird sometimes. But
Yeah.
they're like, you know, people were upset when they found out that she wasn't a real person because there was these dudes who were like falling all over her and everything else, and she was an influencer. So what's to say that these brands can't just generate their own influencers now? So even people who want to be influencers can't be influencers because it was, you know.
They won't talk back. They won't talk back. This is the worst case scenario for actors, for singers, for voice actors. You know, that the studios are basically like, hey, yeah, we could just replace you completely. Now, to be fair, the woman that runs her, operates her, is, I believe, in her 40s, and this character is supposed to be 19 years old. You know, so it still requires a human operator, right?
Well, this one you can at least tell it's like, you know, an AI character. Like some of the ones you're seeing, like that I was talking about, that you can't. It looks like a photograph, like a person.
So we finally reached the point where you know, Jem or Simone could very well be a real
Gem.
thing.
Yes, except for not the shitty Gem from a couple of years ago, but the actual Gem, the good Gem.
See, they okay. So if they were gonna like reboot Jem, they actually could go with this angle and use the computer technology and the, you know.
Well, they even have like Hatsune Miku on stage, like it's like a, you know, the hologram on stage and stuff. And I'm like, you could do that with Gem, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, Showtime synergy, and then they literally do have a hologram, or it's on a screen. So, you know, she goes into the floor, and then like the character takes over. And everybody thinks it's on the stage when it's not. You know, something like that.
So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this before we get into it any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
So the article is a little misleading here. It's how generative AI will enable next-gen virtual influencers. Now, they do point out that she is actually, this character, Noonouri, is actually CGI and not AI generated, but they do describe virtual influencers, that would be VTubers, being roughly described as AI influencers now. You know.
Yeah, but they're doing that just to try to probably dismiss them.
Yeah, well, because they said her singing voice was produced by generative AI based on a real singer's voice. It's unclear what system was used. The song was written, composed, and recorded by a group of human artists who will reportedly split royalties with Warner.
Warner could get in trouble.
Warner, oh my God, Dave Zaslav. So it said the present generation of virtual influencers hasn't incorporated generative AI techniques or synthetic singing voices. That's not true. Again, I want to talk about Hatsune Miku, same kind of a thing, an avatar with a Vocaloid voice.
You know, I'm concerned though. What I'm concerned about is like if they're just going to AI everything, then why do they need people at all? They just want you there to be their pay pigs to consume. Just don't consume AI generated stuff then.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, well, here, yeah, they're talking about Hatsune Miku, and she's been around for years. And so the idea of there being virtual stars is nothing new, and we do have, you know, we have a whole crop of YouTubers that are.
Well, they had that one
people.
show where people were
Imagine
singing,
that.
and they had yeah, right. They had that one show. I forget what it was called, but like you didn't see them. You just saw like the avatar they generate for them. So when they move, you know, it was like one of those motion capture technology things. So the character would be on the screen would move too.
VTubers.
Yeah, but I forget what the show was called. Somebody will probably say it in the comments. But they had a show like that where there were singers and you didn't see the actual singer. Thing is, this might enable some people who might not get the chance to be a performer because they don't have the right look of a performer according to, you know, the social media and their, you know, uppity standards. Because back when we were younger, you didn't have to be good looking. You just had to sing. Now that you have to be really pretty and there's a lot of auto-tune.
Yeah, right. So this is, they said, yeah, it's, she's brought to life Noonouri by a 43-year-old graphic designer from Munich. And apparently this avatar is supposed to be 19 years old, right? Because, she hasn't aged.
Yeah, you can tell that's not a real person.
You can tell it's not a real person. But it's going to get to the point where you're not going to be able to tell.
That's what's concerning.
This is, now it's kind of cute and novel, but it is going to get to that point. Now, the thing is, again, we have people involved have to write her songs. We have people involved that have to perform her.
But then they have the voice. They use someone's singing voice, and then they use the computer things to make it like perfect.
Yeah.
And it's just there. I think there's something to be said for voices that aren't perfect. You know what I mean? Like, I think some of the better singers have voices that weren't the norm. And, I just think it just me is sad. I mean, I grew up singing. My sister is actually trained as a singer and everything else. And it just, I don't like it too much.
Yeah. So the thing is, for consumers, they said the appeal of influencers has been consistently regarded as their authenticity and relatability. Now, here's the thing about that, though. There are multiple ways of looking at this.
Or if you're hot.
Yeah, if you're hot. Multiple, but thankfully I am. Thankfully. So,
sorry.
And I'm actually aging in reverse.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I'm getting younger.
Are you like
year.
Mork?
Yeah, I am. I'm like Mork. I'm going to age in reverse. So I'll be really, really hot in about 15 years.
Okay.
I'm going to be super hot. I'm going to be at my peak. And my washboard abs are going to come back. They're going to be there for the first time.
I was going to say, that imply you had them before.
I had ab. I had ab. I did. It was kind of like a uni-ab, but it was functional. It worked.
Now, the real question is other parts going to work better as you get older?
Sure.
Okay, then I'm okay with it.
You going to keep me for a while?
Yeah, I was going to keep you for a while anyway, but now I'm extra into it.
Now, people are going to be like, wow, he's like 25-ish. That's pretty cool. Look at that ab.
Can you get to the point?
Yeah, so the point is, it actually does open up, now to play devil's advocate, it does open up opportunities for people that, like you said, otherwise wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, that's the upside.
Perform
you see these shows or whatever. I know there was a K-drama of it where like they have the girl who isn't like, super skinny or pretty, but she's the voice, like the actual singing voice or, whatever for the singer. Like there's not a real, like, it's like Milli Vanilli, okay? But like modern day version. And they wouldn't, and you never see them because it's always somebody else's face but their voice. Well, same thing. You're still seeing somebody else's face but their voice, but at least they get a chance that it's them. You know what I mean? It is, but it isn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, they say their name gets be put out there with the new face as opposed to, somebody else, you're letting them sing for them and taking all the credit.
Yeah. And the thing is, I was thinking about this the other day. Like, if you could basically freeze time as a performer, as a singer, as, somebody who talks or whatever, if you could freeze time and be like, look, I am going to look and sound like this forever thanks to technology. My body is actually going to age awesomely, but I could live on. I could live on.
Your abs are going to split into more.
They are. Yeah, they are. As I get older, I get more of them. By the time I'm 80, I'm going to have a 12-pack in my fridge. So anyway, I could see the appeal of that. Like, look at Elton John. I was talking to the kids about Elton John today. God bless Elton John. But I really wish we could just like freeze Elton John from like the mid 70s, early 80s and just like listen to that Elton John.
But you can. It's called, recordings.
I guess.
But you want new music.
Sure. I want new music. I want to hear Elton John rap.
No,
but
I do
as
not.
Elton John from 1976.
No.
When he actually could do it better. Because I heard him sing recently, and it's, my God, it's something. They keep pairing him up. I was talking to Squeaking about this. They keep pairing him up with all these like really young stars and stuff. It's like, you're not fooling anybody, Elton. You're old. But that's okay. It happens.
How many stars you know who he is?
I'm probably not.
I'm thinking it was Avril Lavigne. David Bowie is my favorite influence.
Elton John walks in the room. Look, it's David Bowie. Google that.
I was like, who is it? No,
I guess they don't like each other very much. I heard
who?
Bowie and Elton John.
I don't know.
They don't like each other.
I just know that Avril Lavigne was calling him David Bowie.
David Bowie. They said what distinguishes her is the AI singing voice. Now, because Hatsune Miku uses Vocaloid, which is the robo voice, basically.
Right.
In this case, they took her voice from a real singer and they composited.
Well, they're not crediting.
Which they're not, but they're getting paid, right? Aren't they getting paid? They
said the person agreed to it.
Splitting the role. Well, I can see that. This is one of the advantages of AI is that if you agree, now that's the difference. If you agree to be used as a base for some kind of entertainment product and you get royalties for it forever and you want to do that, I think you should have every right to do that and say, you know what?
If that's what you want to do.
I mean, it'd be cool to be like, hey, I'm going to replicate my voice now, which is no different than recording a song. I'm 25 years old. I'm going to let them use my voice now. And then when I'm 85, they're still making recordings with this AI character.
So you're going to sell your voice and hope that Ursula...
You're going to hope that Ursula honors her end of the deal. Yes, you are. But technically, Ursula did honor her end of the deal. She just, kind of made sure that Ariel couldn't seal the deal. That's what happened. But yeah, so this is a whole new thing. And I was thinking about this today because I was thinking about with art, like I don't personally, as long as you're willing, I don't think there's anything wrong with this. If there's an audience for it and the people that are participating in it are willing participants, but the fact that Warner Brothers Music is now signing AI musicians,
Was Warner Brothers the one who effed up Gem? I can't remember who did that. Awful.
That was Universal.
Oh, Universal. Okay. I can't remember. I didn't watch the movie because I was like, hell no.
Could we use AI to fix it?
Did we saw the video somewhere? I was like, oh, hell no.
That was like the first time you just completely unloaded. Yeah, that was a podcast episode.
Before we started doing videos, and I was like, oh, hell no.
Yeah, because that's one of Geeky's favorite things is Gem. And
used to like Gem, yes.
Yeah.
So let's have a moment. Talk about Gem for a second. What the hell is wrong with Rio? I mean, okay. Rio is two-timing his own girlfriend with his girlfriend. Now, the flip side of that is she could tell him the truth, and she doesn't tell him the truth. So she's kind of setting him up for that. But at the same time, he doesn't have to go for that. He could be like, no, I can't be anywhere near you because you're not my girlfriend. But he's not. He's like, oh, well, I like you both. And he's like an asshole. I remember being little and watching Gem and thinking, wow, that guy's a dick. Well, I probably didn't think dick, but I remember thinking he was what the hell? But I also remember thinking, well, she should tell him the truth, so it's a non-issue. Anyway, it's unrelated, but it used to piss me off so much. It still does. And you know what? Pinky Boo will join in. If I start talking, I'm watching Gem, she'll be like, oh, Rio, don't get me started. So, I'm just saying.
I have a secret. My real identity is Henry Cavill.
Well, that's a win. Okay.
See?
He's got more than one app.
It's a downgrade when I become Neon.
See?
It is.
You set yourself up for that one.
Showtime, Siri.
You set yourself up for that one,
I did. No, I mean, yeah, that was kind of weird. Now, Gem was written...
it was very weird.
Mostly by a woman, as Christy Marks wrote Gem, and it was kind of weird because you could look at one way and be like, well, he loved both sides of her.
Yes, but he didn't know it was the same person. But she's also kind of a cow for not telling him that she's the same person. So she's setting him up.
She was like.
But he also, when she didn't make it an issue, but he was like cheating on her with herself.
Yes.
And the thing is, that's the worst way to do it because they're going to know you're cheating on them with themselves because of themselves.
That would be like you setting up like a fake account and being like hitting on me and trying to get me to like flirt with you as you to see if I would do it.
Yeah, I have never done that.
Yeah, some people have.
But if you did, I'd kick your ass.
You would. It would be like, I know I'd get my ass kicked.
So you never flirt with anybody online because isn't it with me in disguise? No, it's not me. I wouldn't do something that's
or Chris
stupid.
Hansen.
It's
either Chris Hansen or Geeky Sparkles.
It could go either way.
It could go either way. Or Henry Cavill. Oh my God. Yeah, he's like catfish in the Warhammer community or something. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't think he would do that.
But no, this opens up a whole nother. And the thing is in 20 years, people are gonna look at everybody freaking out over AI and being like, "What the hell was the problem?"
Her face reminds me of like Betty Boop. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't get it. She's a cartoon.
Look at that. I don't know. Sexy cartoon action we got going on there. Yay. Blue hair, cartoon girl. Yeah,
I don't get it. It's like she's like Marinette. It's like if they were like the miraculous ladybug, the singer.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. It's just about
probably intentional.
CGI version.
It's probably intentional. It's like that faux anime look here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just think it's really interesting. I think we're going to see a lot more of this. I mean, look, Max Headroom. Max Headroom was doing back in the 80s.
Oh my gosh, yes. I love Max Headroom.
He wasn't real.
Like, what the hell? Who the hell is Max Headroom?
It was Matt Frewer. Matt Frewer was the base of Max Headroom, but he wasn't actually, like, he didn't actually perform it per se. They just used his likeness to create the Max Headroom character.
But it was like huge. Like, it was on commercials. It was on, like, they had the show.
Yeah.
They had, like, it was all over the place.
Max Headroom
it was kind of like viral before viral was a thing.
Yes. And he had Pepsi commercials or whatever, and he was doing, it was.
Gosh, now I have to go home and watch Max Headroom later because I forgot about Max Headroom.
And so that was Matt Frewer, but it was based on him, but wasn't actually him. As I understand it, they used.
I don't know. I don't know who would. What I remember watching Max Headroom.
All right, so we're gonna wrap this up. Right?
Yep.
I think we should wrap this up. This is interesting. So what do you guys think? Leave a comment. Leave a comment. Tell us what you think about Jem and Rio.
Yeah. What the hell? Whose side do you pick on that issue? I mean, I think both sides are wrong, but if you had to pick a side, who would you pick?
All right, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
If you also think Neon has more or less than one ab, please let us know.
I might have two.
Maybe you have
when
none.
I sit down,
maybe you have none. So we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Help support the channel. Go to thereef.support and get early access to podcasts, videos, and other content. That's thereef.support.